Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Rendezvous Podcast. I'm here with the two goats, Bangovic and Bodork. As always, how are you guys doing this fine Monday evening when we're recording this?
I'm doing fine. I recovered from my cold. I still got a little bit of coughing, but I'm feeling great. How about you, Bo? Every time we ask that guy.
I swear to God, how is it possible that every single week something has to go bad?
I swear.
This guy's life must be so miserable.
We started this with absolute fucking bangers, I'll be honest. Like, fucking Dot Esports is letting go to George Geddes.
Yeah.
The goat of, like, fucking Valorant reporting. And then there's, like, stuff going on with, like, there's just too much going on.
Bo's cooking. Bo's always cooking.
Yeah.
I gotta get, like, better meds at this point to actually get this stuff, like, sorted out in my head. But yeah, I'm doing good. Doing good.
Great.
that was like the biggest tangent, like ever in an intro.
I'll talk about the bad news, which happened a day after we released the podcast regarding Polaris, which we talked about the episode prior, and then everything went down south.
We will definitely get onto that later when we get into all the challenger stuff with the EMEA leagues and NA as well, which the playoffs coming up.
But now to the interesting points.
That's for later. Yeah. Now, we didn't talk about Tier 1 last week, which means that we've got a bit of stuff to catch up on.
Mm-hmm.
But the first thing that we're going to mention is something that was released yesterday, a few days ago, and that is the venues for Masters Tokyo. And Masters Tokyo maybe isn't the right name anymore because these two venues are both in the region of Japan called Chiba, which is actually outside metropolitan Tokyo, which has had a bit of discourse. But some people like it, some people don't, and there's reasons for it and against it. But Bo, what are your thoughts initially?
I'll just put it as simple as possible. As someone who has been in Japan so many times and has like lived there for a period and all of that, most people in Japan also think that Chiba is just a part of Tokyo. So like it's not that big of a problem. It's basically just like the international culture, the fact that like Chiba is so close to Tokyo, it is okay to consider like it being a part of Tokyo, you could say. And it's also on the positive side, you can actually just go with the Narita airport this time. Usually Narita airport is like the most annoying one to like get through, but this one it should be all right. You only have like an hour to travel, and then there's like the Tokyo International Airport. So
yeah, you can essentially walk over the water like artists would do, and just go
exactly.
There.
This is actually like the exclusive artists like route right there.
Yeah. Takes an hour and a half. Easy.
Yeah, Tokyo is huge, isn't it? So
it is huge.
I feel like equally they don't want to put two venues which are really far away from each other, you know, for the groups in the finals, because then people will have to change their travel arrangements drastically for that final weekend.
Yeah, but they are already quite like making drastic changes, because I know a few friends and all of that who have like gotten Airbnbs and all of that at like the bigger venues like nearby those. So it kind of like messed over some people who had like pre-planned stuff, but of course we are in esports where everybody does something like the last second, so it's not gonna affect like the most people.
On the other hand, like I feel like if we compare it to like the lock-in, and like we will most likely have like match days, which will be like 6 hours, 8 hours. So I think it's fine to ride there like for 40 minutes and then be there for the entire day. It's like I feel like it's okay for a day trip, because you essentially do day trips.
I'll be honest, both of these venues are fucking amazing.
They look good. I mean, I just know them from the pictures, and those pictures they look very good.
I've been to the Dome. But I haven't been to the other one. I forgot what it's called.
I got you.
But I've been to the Dome, and the Dome's actually pretty sick.
Makuhari Messe. Why has it had a German name? I was confused by that, by the way.
I saw something about
Messe
is
just like the general term for like a big convention hall.
Really?
We also use Messe as like a convention hall.
Okay, maybe I'm uneducated on that one.
It sounds like a European word though. It doesn't sound like a
Yeah,
Japanese word.
yeah. I'm pretty sure it's German, but like this is no language podcast, guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's get
Really?
back to the
Podcast.
interesting part.
Oh damn! I forgot about that
Esports.
one.
The thing that is slowly falling apart because we decided to get external investors who started throwing their ideas in and
Oh,
ruined
here
the
he
entire
goes.
thing.
Here we
Oh
go.
Okay,
my
never mind.
God,
Here he goes. Here he
I'll
goes.
not go.
It took that guy
jump
6
off
minutes
that
to
tangent.
completely lose it already. 6 minutes in and he's already down the drain. Okay.
Don't worry. I'll have my entire own podcast where I basically just reveal to everybody that like investors are fucking stupid and I'm the truth.
That will not be a podcast. That will be a deranged weekly rant. That
Oh
there's a
My
difference.
God, I'll start like the esports equivalent of Joe Rogan. I'll invite like the most crazy people
Bo
in
Rogan.
esports. Bo Rogan.
That is amazing. That would actually be fire, no cap.
Trademarking that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
should.
can
You
see it.
should.
But-
You should.
Yeah, I'll be honest. This is decent, and like so I saw some people like being mad about the fact that they didn't pick like the big stages.
Really?
But like something to keep in mind. I'm pretty sure Riot is like pretty certain on the fact that there's a big chance that like no Japanese roster is going to make it into like Masters Tokyo. So it's still big venues. I believe the Mesa is like it can hold up to 10K. I believe.
I think I saw 9K somewhere.
9K,
but
9K,
I'm not
10K
sure
around there.
exactly
Yeah,
on
so I
that,
think
yeah.
yada
We'll
yada.
Google it.
But so I generally think that they are expecting just like they're not expecting the most, which is a good thing to do. Because like you'll have more financial loss with a with a stage that's only half full than like an arena that is like packed but doesn't have enough seats. It's the same thing with Copenhagen.
I mean, it's like if they were doing lock-in, but it was a Masters event and they weren't sure that, and the Brazilian teams weren't as good, and they weren't expecting a Brazilian team to be there. Obviously, the thing with Brazil and fans not turning up for other teams is different, but it's that kind of philosophy, isn't it? If there's no Japanese teams there, then you're probably not going to have as many fans as if there were. So
I'm kind of thinking that Riot is thinking that way. But I'll be honest, from all I have seen, like the Japanese fan base is just happy to have Valorant in their country. So it'll be packed 24/7.
If I read that correctly,
great.
we got 2,000 seats in the dome and 9,000 in the Makuhari Messe. So
I believe you can extend that one because that is
how much was Copenhagen actually?
Copenhagen was
I think it was a 5,000 capacity, but they were only selling 1,500 seats, I think.
Yeah, it was 1,500.
And I think even that crowd felt cool and felt nice from a viewer's point of view. From
like the setup that they had was actually perfect to make it seem like there were a lot of people.
So we have that for all the match, like for the main matches, and then 9K for the finals. Sounds great to me.
And I believe they have like external watch parties also going on for Tokyo. So that like the Japanese fans, they are eating good. That's for sure.
That's cool.
I mean, in a packed dome, like you said, the atmosphere will be great.
Yeah.
Also,
let's hope that the AC is good.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
By the way, like, did you see like the VCL South Asia like whole stuff? Like everybody was crediting and all of that. Firstly, like I love the fact that there's just a random Hyundai there as the main sponsor. We were all just joking about, oh yeah, that's just Eccles' car, which he crashed on his.
He actually is fragging. He's fragging out, by the way. But okay.
He's trying to win it. He's trying to win it.
He wants to win that. That's for sure. He wants the Hyundai. I've never seen a guy like fight this hard for a freaking Hyundai.
When the IGL is top fragging, you know it's a Hyundai on the line. Whatever. It's so crazy.
Yeah, I saw there were lots of things about they're taking ages to set up the South Asia League.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it looks like
the stage looks good and all of that, but I've seen people like saying like there's actual AC here and all of that, and like meanwhile you look at like the match between Velocity and what was it, like
God's Reign.
Yeah, God's Reign. There's so many freaking gods something esports. There's Godsend, there's God's Reign, there's what is the other one?
There's
one with
godlike
like the
esports in the same
godlike
league?
the guys who have like the like logo that looks like a C dot from Pokemon.
What? Whatever.
Don't you see it? Like look up C dot real quick.
See that?
There is a clear resemblance between those two.
I know exactly who you're talking about as well.
It's just a nut. I believe it's a hazelnut, right? Yeah, it's got to be a hazelnut.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna open that for the podcast for the visual. See that? You mean that Pokemon and this logo looks like the Pokemon? I mean, I see where you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Confirmed. Confirmed.
Similar shape equals they look the same.
Exactly, my man. But like, if you looked at Doma, goddamn, that guy was sweating. So like, I guess Riot and Nodwin like shake firm hands. Both have AC problems, but like that is the problem with Substage and all of that. You can't just have like 50,000 like ACs set up because that will just like short circuit the entire thing. And you gotta remember, there's PCs, there's lights, there's just so much stuff.
Brazil is a really warm country anyway, so you know it's going to be hotter. Japan is it's still warm in the summer, but not to the same extent. So
if Riot is gonna do another event in the future, they should probably have like a more open arena. And not
really
like
cool
closed off one.
An outdoor. Just use a football stadium.
There was the one League of Legends event in an outdoor stadium for like one Worlds, right?
That was in Shanghai, I believe.
That was cool.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
So speaking of venues and all of that, Game Changers Championship has been announced.
What a transition.
And starting off, we'll probably put it as basic as possible. We have, let's see how many teams are allowed. It's 8 teams.
Yeah.
Do you have the link, Bankovich? Just scroll down real quick.
One sec. Boom, boom.
Oh, he's posting the stuff. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
We got to get a producer, but we don't have the money for that.
Where's the link?
You just had it open.
This one?
It's on the stream.
Yes. Oh yeah. Do you mean this one? Okay.
There we go.
All
right. Mr. Producer here, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. So yeah, okay. So there's gonna be 2 EMEA slots. There's gonna be 2 NA slots. There's gonna be 1 Brazil spot. There's going to be 1 LATAM spot, 1 SEA, which includes South Asia and buttfuck of other Asian regions. I don't know why they call it SEA. To be honest, just call it APAC. And just like call the other one just East, which is Korea, Japan, and China. Could have been more.
I agree.
And also the venue is just the Riot Studio in Sao Paulo, which only has room for 150.
But yeah, that's the big thing, isn't it? That haven't quite mentioned yet is in Sao Paulo.
I'll be honest, like this is not to like rub it any wrong way, but like Riot is still experimenting with Game Changers, and from what I've heard from a lot of people, Game Changers has not given a lot of profit, and that is basically why they are basically taking it slow with Game Changers. They don't want to like overextend, which is gonna give them a financial loss. Because if they are gonna do the same like they did in just original esports, like they have learned that they shouldn't like throw a butt fuck of money into something. They got to do it slowly. So I think this is probably why, and also one of the reasons why Sao Paulo, that is not a good decision to have a Game Changers event. Let's get into like the bit of darker things.
Just quickly before we do, I just want to mention about running at a loss. It is unfortunate that is the case, but also when you have, you're not selling really many tickets at all, so you're not going to make money on that. And also, it's even though they might be running at a loss, it's still super important to do. So I'm glad that I'm glad they haven't gone, okay, well, it's running at a loss, let's just make it really small, and let's you know.
The problem is
isn't as big as it could be, but it's important. still
People are
happening.
comparing it to ESL Impact, but here's the thing about ESL Impact: they are throwing so much money into this, a bit too much, you would say, because of the threat of like game changers and players switching over to Valorant to like playing game changers and all of that. Which might result in it backfiring in the future. Definitely. So it's kind of like you gotta watch out with this kind of investment. It's good, and I would 100% have it just like they would just throw all the money in. But seeing as we have oh god damn it, my lights just turned off again.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see how it all pans out. But I'm very glad it's still happening, of course, and
Yeah.
it's really important for the scene.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like we were saying, Sao Paulo maybe not the best choice of
Yeah,
city
I
for
mean-
this tournament specifically.
I mean, yeah, it's Brazil has one of the largest numbers of especially trans people getting killed. Which is just, I mean, why would you go with Sao Paulo when these types of things happen? There is also a huge amount of gender-based violence in Brazil. We had a murder like of a female esports player like a few years back. I believe it was in mobile. I can't be wrong about that, but I remember there was like some sort of like gender-based murder in Brazil of a pro player. So these types of stuff happen, and it's kind of weird that like they decided to go in Sao Paulo. But I hope that Riot realizes this and like is actually ready to give as much support and security for these events. But I'm kind of scared that some players are maybe going to say, "I'm going to back out because this is not safe for me."
It's a very interesting decision to put it this way, but on the other hand, I do feel like Riot is a company which is listening and considering what they are doing. It doesn't seem like they just do like decisions on the like they rush decisions like that. It doesn't feel like that. It's also like still, I think it's gonna be in December again, so we still have like 9 more months for preparation and so on and so on. So I guess like Riot has some plans for it. It still feels a bit weird to like just given the facts you just mentioned. I got like a bit of like a weird feeling.
That is that is definitely one of the more weirder situations.
I think what feels odd to me is that you go to Sao Paulo for the regional support. We saw it at Lock-In, huge regional support from the fan base, like massive crowds.
Yes.
They have so much passion for the game.
Yeah.
But the difference between Lock-In and here is Lock-In, you had 3 Brazilian teams, one of which you went to the final, which was obviously great for the crowd. But here you've only got one. You had an arena of 11,000 at Lock-In. You have an arena, you don't. You have 150 seats at Riot Studio. So to me, the reasons you go to Sao Paulo, they're not present at this tournament. So it's a bit odd.
I do know that like Team
specific
Liquid,
location.
like the female roster
Liquid
from
is-
Team Liquid has a big following in Brazil and is very hyped up and everything, which might be one of the reasons why they decided with Sao Paulo.
150
but-
seats. I mean, that's like
It's still
That's
it's
true.
still kind of like why exactly Sao Paulo? I would like to see an explanation from that, because there are so many problems already in Brazil with like gender-based violence.
On the other hand, though, maybe the female scene, like the game changers scene in Latin America and Brazil is pretty good. Like has a lot of viewership.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it is pretty big. Like
Because I
the
have seen some
female
games
team.
of the female, like of the Game Changers Liquid team, and I saw like there's a lot of viewership with that, and they have good good studios and everything. So maybe that's the reason they go with that, because like there is an established scene for that. I guess I don't know. It's just guess, but I could see that it's just a bit more established there already, and
Yeah, I just hope the decision making process wasn't, Lock-In was at Sao Paulo and it was really good, so let's just go there again without much further thought. But I'm sure Riot have thought about it, of course. They always do, and hopefully, I'm sure it'll be a great tournament. So
Riot is not stupid. and
that is true.
they most likely have a
Mm.
reason for this. I just hope that if there are gonna be consequences, that they are prepared for that type of stuff. Which they also were in lock-in. Like, a lot of stuff happened behind the scenes in lock-in, which they were prepared for. Some of them they weren't prepared for, but like, that's just how it is to hold an event in Brazil. It is what it is.
And a final word about Game Changers is that they released the Changing the Game documentary about the Game Changers Championship last year. I watched it just before we recorded, and it's a great watch. Similar to the documentaries they released about the regular season for last year. A really good watch. So if you haven't seen it already, go and watch it.
Yes.
I think that's all for Game Changers.
Yeah.
And now we're going to move on to the meat and potatoes of this episode, one could say, the partnered team tier list. Now, you might
I'd
have seen
probably
some
say
of these.
just potatoes at this point.
You might have seen some of these floating around on Twitter of people trying to order the teams in each league.
There's zero juice in EMEA.
Just ranking them. Yeah, but we're gonna do our version.
Yeah, I mean, okay. There's a meat and potatoes in Pacific and NA, or Americas. I'm sorry. Holy shit. Actually, wait, I got to rant about this. Why is it that the official, like, America's Twitter is VCT NA?
Yeah, I noticed that.
Why?
Yeah, that's weird. Shouldn't be like that.
I think they have
that
VCT,
is just like
I think they have VCT NA, and then they have like a Brazil account that's like
Brazil and
secondary
LATAM,
for some reason.
but still, you've got to like change it to America.
Yeah, I think they probably will.
I mean, like, they changed their logos and all of that the entire time, and it was all just NA. So I don't know.
Maybe when they have all the players together, and they can make content with everybody
right.
consistently, they'll change it. But hopefully they do.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah. So there's just potatoes in EMEA. There's meat and potatoes in the other regions. As an EMEA connoisseur myself, it's just.
Should we start with EMEA then? In that case,
yeah, we should probably do that. So I can get all of my frustrations out.
Here he goes.
So we got a tier list here. We're gonna rank them. I mean, shall we start with the two teams?
You need to put it in presentation mode.
Oh yeah. Give me a second.
Scroll down.
Yes,
There's like presentation mode that you can press.
Did it? There we go.
Just so we don't flash our fans.
Yes. All right, and we also have to say what we're doing. I think we should start with the two, I guess, easiest to rank in EMEA, which should be Fnatic and Na'Vi. And it's and by the way, for you guys, to the listeners out here, we're gonna rank them from 1 to 10, like which spot they will take in the league, and we do that for every league. So we have like all the first places for all the free leagues next to each other and so on. So we're gonna start.
I like the fact that we are keep helping the listeners and all of that, but we still haven't gotten like the Spotify stuff sorted.
I'm gonna upload it. No worries. Next,
we will do it. This episode will be on Spotify
one day.
This episode will be on Spotify.
This is like Grian when he says he's gonna do the back of his mansion one day. And then it's just like 200 episodes later. I might consider it this time, and then the season ends.
Now we are
audio listeners.
Yeah, we are episode 35. So yeah, now we can upload it to Spotify. We hit the mark. Okay. No, so who do we put on first place? Actually, I think that's gonna be an interesting one because we say like at the end of the season, right? We're not saying like next week.
Is this after we're thinking about once the split has ended? These are the positions that they're gonna take.
I would do it this way.
I don't think there's anyone else you can put other than Fnatic. I don't think they 3-0'd the only EMEA team who made it to
He's doing
to the
some
top 4.
Naruto kind jutsu. Oh my god, it's a
It's a fucking Kamehameha.
Kamehameha.
You are not going to tell me that Team Heretics are going to have a resurgence. They're going to be number one. You're just not telling me that. You're not telling me that.
Okay, bro. I may be smoking, but I'm not an addict. All right.
I'm not sure. What are you cooking right now?
I'll put as simple as possible. I believe in the number one curse, and Fnatic just won lock-in. And if they start like dominating the entire league, firstly, it's gonna be a fucking sleeper.
No, it's not.
Secondly, we have the curses, and it's 100% gonna happen. So I'm actually going to say the most consistent team has been Navi. And I'll say they will place first in like the group stages and all of that, but they will probably falter at some point in playoffs or win playoffs. But Fnatic could be still like the egg who is like slowly cracking again.
Look, I can see Na'Vi placing first, and then both Fnatic and Na'Vi looking really good. And I don't think Fnatic will go 10-0 or anything, or 9-0 or anything like that. But in a power rankings, after Locken has just ended, where Na'Vi got 3-0'd by Fnatic, I don't think you can put anyone else over
That
the
is
top.
true. That is true. But
That is
I'll just keep my argument about the curse, because we've always got curses here in
But
goddamn
on the other
Valorant.
hand, I understand to say it this way, that like Na'Vi just got 3-0'd. But on the other hand, Na'Vi is up top for such a long time now, and they made it to top 4 in like consecutive events and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's not just a one-time thing, you know.
My thing about like Navi is when they lose this hard, they are coming back with full force.
On the other hand, though, I think Fnatic has not reached their full potential yet. I think they look great, but I think they will look even better with time.
I think Fnatic will lose to like a team that you won't expect them to lose to in the regular season, and we'll be like, have they fallen off? But then they'll beat Na'Vi,
They'll
and then they'll
lose to
finish
Team
above them on head to
Heretics.
head.
So basically,
If that happens, I don't even know. I'm flying to Spain. I'm shaking Mixwell's hand. Like I don't know what.
He's in Berlin. Don't worry, you don't have to fly that far. He's
firm handshakes, Padre. Firm handshakes.
I'm visiting his whole family. Like,
oh my!
Yeah.
I'm fine with putting Fnatic on first. Honestly, like giving the power ranking and like the roster they have, they just like I'm fine with that. But
Na'Vi is second, definitely.
Yeah, like those two
there's
teams.
no other choice.
This
is where it gets
Fnatic
interesting.
ninth.
No, I just have to put him up. It's such a big list. I have to start somewhere. Okay, so we put Fnatic on the first place, Na'Vi on the second, which is like the boring part. Now starts the juicy part for EMEA, or for Bo, the part which is like uninteresting because he says like, and EMEA is just a 2-team region. But yeah, who's the third?
4 teams go. 4 teams go. That's the reality we're living in. We're living in a gangster's paradise, and Koi are coming third.
Koi third?
Yep.
It is so difficult, honestly. I think place 2 to 5 are very 3 to 5.
I am coming in with the I disagree button real quick. I'll push it like a bunch of times. I'll be honest, knowing Salah, he's gonna make sure that this team gets third the regular season.
Third.
Vitality third.
You know what I feel like about Vitality? I feel like they, on the good days, they can beat anyone. But I feel like it's a team which will have bad days. And given the fact how many days, like how much of those days they will like have a bad one, they could fall easily to the 4th position or 5th. Because I think everyone from
I do think that they are gonna
make.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that they are gonna be a dark horse, but they are going to be a consistent dark horse.
I agree on that one. But
I would put them at third, and that might be straight up favoritism. But I'll be honest, like Twiston has only shown just a part of his power. Like this guy.
But
I love how the first thing he said when he was talking about Vitality was, "See, I know Salah." It's like, yeah, I know him, so yeah, they're gonna go there.
But on the other hand,
I do not know Salah that well, but like, I just know that the guy, like, he did it on OGLDN, he did it on like Honk, he did it on a bunch of teams. So
yeah, they improved over time. That's true.
Yeah.
All of them looked better at the end than they looked in the beginning. And on the other hand, Vitality had a lot of practice already in, but I think they will be a team which is like.
But you got to remember, these are nearly they're basically all tier 2 players except Bone Cold. So it's a project that is going well.
I mean, Twiston and the others, like they've been in the tier 1 EMA, but they haven't had LAN experience. So.
Yeah, they haven't reached that point yet. And it was their first like real actual like LAN event with like Brazilians screaming a bunch of stuff that you shouldn't actually translate. So
I honestly like. Also, I would even throw in Giants in this thing because I know they got they got out a little bit, but if we talk about like Koi, Vitality, and Giants, I think Giants kind of had a very good showing, despite like some maps, I would say.
This is the thing. People are like, oh yeah, Vitality looked really good at lock-in, but like they won one game against a global esports team that had barely practiced with each other, and then they lost against Leviathan. I know it was a close first map,
but the second map was
and Leviathan looked really good, but Twiston was great, and there were some other players who were really good as well. But
Mostly
I
is a
don't know,
good support player.
Yeah, Multi's great. And they have really consistent player quality. That's the thing. I think they'll be consistent, and I could definitely see them qualifying third.
Just wait till they
fourth or
till they
fifth.
start playing Gorilla. Just Gorilla comes in.
But wait,
Who? Oh, their assistant coach.
wait. We are talking about like the end of the split, right? And who reached their higher potential, kind of. We're not speaking about like who's gonna win next week. And I kind of feel like Koi and Giants and even Liquid have a higher ceiling than Vitality.
Here's my thing.
In my opinion,
I am kind of scared that Koi is gonna fall off. That is kind of.
They played one game though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But I've kind of not really been impressed by Koi, like the way, firstly, like their match was actually really good and all of that, but there's just something that it's just the vibe, I guess. I'm always going off with the vibe, but like generally with Koi, like I wouldn't rate them too high yet.
Thing is, I'm not rating them like I think they're the best team. I think they're the third best team in EMEA right now, because I don't necessarily think that. But they have a core of Coldamenta and Barbar, who, well, it's not necessarily a core, but, you know, that partnership, which has proven to qualify to LAN events before. They qualified to Copenhagen, right? They have Trex, who look like, this guy was playing incredibly well. Like, the first
That was kind of my fit. Like, I kept noticing that, like, Trex was kind of, like, doing a lot of the heavy weighting. And Shadows, he, of course, came in at times. But the rest kind of fell flat.
I mean, honestly, it all came down to Wolfen having LAN jitters for his first LAN. I feel like, because like I think if Wolfen would have performed, they would have beaten NRG, and this is not even a hot take. I feel like, because I think if you look at this match, it was at parts so close, like this sweep on Icebox, like this wouldn't have happened if Wolfen would have hit some more shots. And like I give him the benefit of the doubt that it was like his first LAN, first tier 1 performance, new environment and all of that. But if they can activate him, I'm sure they have a high ceiling. But
I mean, they were up 8-1 against NRG. That's like,
and NRG went off
like map
to
over.
top 8, right? They fell out to Loud in an overtime game. So NRG has proven to be considered like top 5.
They could have easily gone to the final of lock-in.
Yes.
If they'd have beaten Loud, I have a feeling they could have beaten DRX as well.
Yeah.
So
how do we rank this? Like, I think it's so difficult to rate. Like, in my opinion, like there's 4 teams which are basically on the same tier. It's like Koi, Giants, Vitality, and I would even include Liquid, because I don't think they will improve from what they have shown. I don't see. I would say they are like, for me, Liquid would be like in between 4th and 5th right now at the end of the season. But I do see a world that they can qualify for this. But I do still think that like Giants, Koi, or Vitality are more favorite. But I'm sure that one of those teams I just mentioned will not perform in the regular season for whatever reason.
Yeah, one of them. Not all of them can be like really good, right?
Yeah, but we have to rank them somehow. So how do we start? So who do we put on third?
I want to say just do Vitality. Just because, like, you know, they are going to consistently improve. Exactly. That is my mentality.
I feel like, okay, out of the 3 teams, I would do Koi, Vitality, Giants. I feel like Bo would do Vitality, Koi, Giants.
Oh yeah, I would actually do that. Yeah.
So therefore, I feel like Giants by default are in 5th, and then we vote to see who's 3rd and 4th out of Koi and Vitality.
Coin flip, coin flip, coin flip, coin flip.
But it depends, because if Giants are in 5th, then Bangovich, who do you think out of Koi and Vitality, who do you think will finish above? Who do you think will?
It's so difficult. Honestly, from my gut feeling, I'm a big Vitality fan because of Salah and his playstyle. Right now, I would say Vitality. But I feel like if they can get this Wolfen factor in, Koi will have the higher peak. I don't know. I feel like Koi did look very good. I don't know.
Yay.
I think I go, guys. You know what? I go with Koi on third, just because like those teams go to Japan anyways. They go to Japan anyways. It doesn't matter.
God fucking damn it!
3 and 4, that doesn't make any difference. They go to Japan anyways.
It's pride. That's the difference.
No.
He's gone.
Just keep on going. Keep on going.
For the audio listeners of this very first uploaded episode to Spotify, Bo just went to his couch. He's now in the. Oh my god. he's not happy with my decision of putting Vitality on the 4th. But wait, do we put like Liquid on with default on the 6th now? Or even lower?
Okay, do we think Liquid will finish above Giants? That's the question. I
think yes. Like honestly, like okay, I tell you why. Like I would actually argue to put Liquid even higher than that. But because I think what is a big benefit is that they had a big struggle, like a big objective to overtake and lock in, which they can work on already. And there will be teams which will have similar issues in the league, and they will have to work on that during the split. And I think Liquid will have things sorted out. The question is, are they ready for next week? Essentially playing against Vitality?
I think I agree with you. I think Liquid will finish above Vitality in this split. In fact, I would put them 4th and Vitality in 5th.
And Giants in 6th? Is that what we do?
Yeah, I think that's right. Because I think we're agreeing on that. So I think
Liquid steunen. Wat is dit nou voor gedoe?
I think our vote will go above. I think our vote actually pushes Vitality down to 5th.
Wow, wat is dit nou? Ik kan er niet meer, man.
Oh my god.
Ik ben helemaal Nederlands gegaan met dit. Nee, dit gaat
honestly, Bangovic, I would just go ahead and put Liquid in 4th there. Yeah, Vitality 5th.
I'm totally on you with that one.
Yeah, I think that's good, actually.
You see this color of my microphone?
Yeah. It's blue like Liquid, right? The audio listeners can't see. They cannot see what that... Whoa.
Plot twist, Bangovic is actually colorblind.
Yeah, I'm colorblind. No, okay. So, I would okay. For me, I could see that like Liquid isn't like making it to Japan, but I still think they will figure it out. That's what I believe in.
Yeah, there's of course a Team Liquid curse, or not really curse, the luck charm of them always tripping into a LAN.
Yeah,
like you never it's always the tournaments where it's like, oh, Liquid are definitely gonna lose and all of that, and then they suddenly start winning stuff that they shouldn't have won and like trip their way in.
Vitality will have they'll have their plane will like go missing or something, and then it will return like a week after the LAN's finished, like with all the players still on it, just so Liquid can go.
The plane just disappears. 3 years later, it just returns.
Yeah, okay, wait, Flight 370 is just.
But if I think about this, honestly, the thing is though, Vitality seems to me like a team from the structure, which is good for regular like weekly play. So I don't see that Vitality is 5th. So kind of gotta put Liquid out of the.
Yeah, my man.
Maybe we go. Yeah, I think that's sensible. I think Liquid 5th, Vitality 4th. Also, I want to throw a wrench in the works here. I don't think Giants are 6th. I think Carmine will finish above them.
Oh my god!
I think KC will finish above them.
The Giants! Oh my god!
Wait, hang on. Wait, hang on. Let me think about this. Oh, Giants are in 9th. Giants in
9th. Let me guess, because like some sort of you could like make a, and I mean, wait. The Giants logo looks like a 6, so we could put it in 6.
It's Foot a 6th, Carmine Core 7th, BBL 8th, Giants 9th, Heretic 10th.
Get out. Windows open right there. Get out. Nope,
tell me what you do differently.
I mean, it's so hard to rank. I don't know.
The window's open, all right? The window's open.
They're all good teams. They're all good teams, Heretics. They're all good teams.
True.
So it's really difficult to rank, in my opinion.
It is so difficult. Like, honestly, what do we do? Like, okay, let's leave Liquid on 5th? Like, close to missing out on LAN?
I think that's sensible.
Okay.
I think that's sensible. And then we take the other 5 teams separately.
So now we got Giants. Can we start from the bottom, maybe? Can we just put Heretics there just because we don't believe
Yeah. Just go. Do it.
I gotta get them out of the list, man.
From a scale of
I'm gonna get cancelled.
Fnatic to Heretics. What do you think about Carmine Corp?
I think
They're in between.
They put up a decent performance against Loud, who came second.
True.
Okay. Potentially dangerous FPX team. Okay, that's just cap. But
they got Scream.
Yeah, look, they got Navarro looks good. Shin looked good. Shin looked good. Shin looked good. Shin did look good. You have to admit, Shin did look good.
Yeah, but kind of like you guys have seen the entire rants of like Sideshow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he said, he
That was
also
legendary.
admits that they will get some wins that they should not get.
Yeah.
Like against FPX. If FPX were any better than they were, they would have beaten KC, which they didn't. They weren't. Whatever. They're a new team. Whatever it was, right? But Karmine Corps, they put up a decent performance at lock-in. They put up a similar performance to Giants. They put up I would argue, a better performance than Vitality at lock-in. They beat
you could argue
a lower rated team in the first round, and then they played against a South American team in the second round. Not that I'm saying that I think KC will be better than Vitality over the weekly split, but I think they could do well. With me, BBL, Giants, and Heretics are like the three teams where I'm like, yeah, I can see them. I can visualize it at the end of the split that they are the bottom three teams. Like, I don't know. I feel like Giants, they might suffer the Heretics curse, but they might also not. We'll see.
Also, they have K-Corp has this element of surprise. If they just decide to put Scream on a duelist, they suddenly are a good team
again. Do anything normal, like
I genuinely think if Scream would have played duelist and get some of those Scream kills, they would have got more rounds and they would have entered the side.
The problem is Scream will probably just pick Reyna.
I mean, he can do that.
But he says his favorite agent to play are KO. Why is it KO? Why? Like,
because
I mean,
blue,
if his favorite agent is KO, he's got to keep practicing that stuff because I saw some mid performance. I'll be honest, from that KO.
If Scream can get up to the level he was at on Liquid, and Shin and Navarro are playing at the level that they are at Lock-in, I think they could be even higher than 7th. But for now, I don't think that will all happen. I don't think the stars will align, and I don't think they will get higher than 7th.
Wait, okay. I'll throw in another wrench. BBL 7th.
BBL 7th.
Yeah.
What makes you think that BBL will have a higher peak than Foot, considering the lock-in performance?
I think Foot should be in 6th and K-Corp 7th. That's what I'm proposing.
Here's my thing. Like, I know Sonchi, the IGL of BBL, and I know how much that guy grinds, how much that guy works, and he has seriously improved the BBL roster during lock-in. There were like clear improvements on high margins, I'll be honest. And there were some unlucky stuff during that period. And I'll be honest, like, I definitely feel like BBL will be a dark horse during the regular season.
Okay.
I think it's the problem with the Turkish teams. It's so difficult because you look at their performances at lock-in. Foot, they played RRQ, which they almost lost a map to, which they played well. Then they played against 100 Thieves. They almost won that series.
Mm-hmm.
If they'd have won that series, I think we would have rated them even higher than we do now.
100%.
But the problem is how good were 100 Thieves, actually, if you look at their performance against Fnatic. But then you think, oh, Fnatic won it, though, so they must have been really good. And and then BBL, of course, DRX. But they still took a map off them, so they must have played decently well. Like, it's just...
It's so difficult. I don't know. I think... I generally think that one of those teams will surprise us and may place higher than we rate them. But I don't know. You got to get this tier list going in some way or the other. And it's very hard to make an argument. So you would say BBL 7th. Command says... Who would put them 6th? I think Command said something like this, right? K-Corp 6th?
I would go Turkish team, Karmine Corps, Turkish team, Giants, Heretics. Or
Giants
Turkish team. Or I'll put Giants 8th. That's where I'd put Giants. I feel like if you put Giants any higher, you have to put the Turkish teams lower, and I don't want to put the Turkish teams lower. Like,
that's fair. That's fair. But
so
did Giants look so bad? I think they looked okay. They played against Detonation. They won that clear, and then they played against NRG.
Took a map of NRG, yeah.
Then they looked. They fumbled a lot again on the other maps, but still. Like,
they generally looked more consistent. Let's just put it that way.
Than
what do you think about this one? Wait, what do you think about this? If I do it like this, or is that
I approve this, to be honest. Here's my thing about Foot. Foot has a lot of good talent, but I kind of feel like their lock-in little run was all they had to show.
It might have been a bit of a honeymoon
Yeah,
period.
because like they just got added captain, and he like the thing about a lot of times with the Turkish rosters is like they get a new IGL in, they suddenly start improving like so much, and then they kind of like fall flat again. So 1 second.
I mean, I see where he's going with that. At the end of the day, if I'm honest, like everything from third place to eighth feels so coin flippy. I can see a world where
Yeah.
Liquid gets third. I can see a world where Liquid gets eighth. I can see a world where, like, I don't know, it's like it's so close in the middle of the pack of EMEA, just based on the
Yeah.
fact that all of the, like, we have a lot of teams which have new cores, which haven't played together, which need time to adapt. And it's just a question which team is ready next week and the weeks after for this weekly play. And given the fact that we have seen teams perform good, like, for example, Vitality has some decent showings, Koi, Giants, like K-Corp, Foot, like all of those teams have shown glimpses of like why they are considered to do decent. While Liquid hasn't shown them, I have the belief that Liquid will work on those issues and will figure them out. There was a very good safe interview, which made me like very hopeful in that part. So I feel like everything from third to maybe even 10th, everything there kind of feels coin flippy. Even though I would say that Heretics doesn't look like they have the high ceiling like a Vitality or Koi or Liquid, just on paper.
Yeah. Yeah, I like you said, it's so difficult to rank these EMEA teams, especially because I feel like they're so close to each other.
Yeah.
So
I would
honestly, I
just go
think what
with
you've got
that.
there is, yeah, I think honestly that's good.
I think that looks fair. All right. I mean, Bo is gone, but we can switch over to another region. Do we do Americas or Pacific?
Yeah, America seems
All right.
good to me.
I mean, honestly, if I am allowed to start off, Americas, I gotta put Loud on the on the first place, just based on the recent events. It just seems like the most sensical. Yeah, Bo, for the minute you left, we just kind of agreed that we're gonna leave it with that, and we're gonna go over to Americas, and we would put Loud onto the first place, just based on recent events and just generally they're the world champions, current still champions of Valorant, made it to the grand final of Lock-In, have picked up two incredible talents, which has just proven to be as good as Pankata and Sasi, which I thought was not possible, but apparently it is possible. And yeah, they are 100% going to Tokyo. I have no doubt on that.
In fact, I think they are the team who I'm most confident across any of the three leagues that they will make it to Tokyo. Because when we say, oh, this team, they have potential, they can improve, like Fnatic or something, they literally can improve so much. Kaunzine and Tui's are like so young. They're such young players. And we've seen how Sadak has taken younger players before in the past and improving them with the previous Loud squad. The fact that they've stayed consistent winning a Champions, getting second at Lock-In, this is looking like, Optic of old, except they literally changed two players and they're still performing really well. So yeah, I think obviously, I know who I would put second, and I think that's going to be a good rivalry coming in, but we'll have to see how it goes.
All right. Who do we have on a
Yeah,
second?
I definitely do agree with that.
I got to go NRG for me.
Okay. Okay. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. All right.
I'm gonna go with energy as well, I guess. Well, let me see. Who do we else have? Potentially, like Sentinels.
I'd say Sentinels, Leviathan, 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
Are probably your three that you can test, and DSG, of course.
Yeah. It's
Maybe
basically
Furia, but
it's kind of
not really.
honestly the second place is in between Leviathan and Energy in my opinion. Like I don't see 100 Thieves after what they've showed at Lock-In. Oh no, Bo's okay. Bo
Hello.
has okay. Hello, yeah.
Hello.
Is there like
Is
an insider sauce?
The anonymous Scrimbox guy. I unfortunately can't do a EMEA because I'm not really that anonymous, so I didn't use any Scrimbox from EMEA. But I have the Scrimbox for NA.
Oh, all right.
Don't try and tell me that NRG are losing loads of scrims.
What?
They've always done that.
NRG losing loads of scrims.
Ah, that's a good sign, isn't it? I think he's changing his filter, which didn't even work in the first place.
Yeah, like I was just kind of. I was kind of thinking like, okay, like. But yeah, I'll be honest. Like Sentinels have been good from what I heard.
I believe that. But are they second place over NRG? I disagree.
I would love to put Sentinels.
I
in
actually think during the group stages they will definitely do a run. They might fall third. At playoffs.
I'd be happy to put Sentinels third, to be honest.
Yeah.
And Leviathan fourth. That would be an NRG second. That would be my good. That would be.
Wait, for whatever reason, Command, your mic got a little bit. The volume got down. So wait,
that's my fault.
There we go.
Is gone.
Wait, who do we put on second now? NRG or Sentinels?
I'd put NRG second, Sentinels third, Leviathan fourth.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
And I think if we had Sentinels, Loud, and NRG going to Tokyo, that would just be hype. You know, that would be like a good
that
crop
would
of
be
teams.
Cool.
Yeah.
Leviathan.
And I am now bringing in another wrench.
Okay.
Do not try and tell me that Cloud9's new pickups have been dropping 40 in every scrim.
Yeah, Cloud9 gonna get the Heretics treatment. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
No, okay, we can wait about that. We can wait about that.
Disagree.
Now go with the fifth.
Okay, let's go top down. Yeah.
Go with the fifth. We're not at Cloud9 yet, unless
I am actually going with Furia.
Oh,
I was gonna suggest that as well, to be honest.
I like that. Over 100 Thieves, which I agree.
Oh wait, fuck! We forgot about her thieves. Wait, shit. Okay,
did we forget about them?
No, we didn't. No, they're sixth place. We didn't forget. We didn't forget. They are sixth place.
Listen. There is no way that 100 Thieves is gonna place low. All right. There is just no way. There's just no way, all right?
I can tell you
there's no way that 100 Thieves would almost lose to EDG. There is no way that 100 Thieves would almost lose to Foot. There's no way that 100 Thieves would get 13-1 by Fnatic. There's no way they could do that. They're so good. 100 Thieves are so good. They're going to get so much better with time. 100 Thieves are so good, though. They're so good.
Listen, all right.
Okay, well, you know what? I can tell you exactly 5 reasons why 100 Thieves won't place high. Loud, NRG, Sentinels, Leviathan, Furia.
I can't say anything, sadly.
I got you with that.
I mean,
actually just dropped the mic.
Thank you guys for cursing like all the other teams. So 100 Thieves actually qualified for Masters Tokyo, so we can actually have a vlog of just Asuna being in Akihabara.
I mean, it would be
Cryo Omen. That's all I'm gonna say.
Look, if I jinx 100 Thieves here and the other teams, then you can be happy because 100 Thieves is going to Tokyo. And if I didn't jinx it, yeah, the last time you put up a jersey, you know what happened?
13-1. 13-1.
I hate you guys so much.
It's just true.
Oh, wait, how many?
It's based on facts.
After the first half of Icebox, what was it? 23-3 to Fnatic in rounds. Oh, it's not looking good. 100 Thieves in 6th place.
I mean, we're getting it. We were a bit too harsh on 100 Thieves here, I guess, because I do think they will look they will look better.
Yeah,
I think they have a structure which will strive with the coaching.
Nature will be sending us a cease and desist.
I think, for me, the rest of the tier list goes.
Wait, what?
C9, EG, Crew, MIBR.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think MIBR are the heretics of Americas. I feel like they're just not that they had a terrible performance at lock-in, but I don't think they're on the same level as the other teams.
Yeah, Heat was the disappointment.
But even if Heat pops off and they get one win, it's like...
Jesus Christ, actually, now that I think about it, how many times did Heat just overheat?
Well, I mean,
all the time.
Were you not expecting it? Or
I'm like kind of thinking back and like out of nowhere, I'm just kind of thinking like, why the hell did he use that Razor at that moment?
He kind of overheated. That's true.
Yeah, he overheated with the Razor so many times.
I feel like he might get a lot more refined as a player over the course of the season and playing in NA and things, but I don't know. We'll have to see, but I just don't see them.
I mean, like, he has more consistency than Sand ever did, so it's kind of sad to see him fall like this.
I feel like MIBR will be the team where every other team goes in as the favorite, at least for now.
Yeah.
That's how I'm kind of thinking about my 10th.
Wait, actually, okay. I'd actually wager to put EG above Cloud9.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see that as well.
But it really depends on the roster they are coming up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if they are cooking, I definitely could see it. If they are,
I'm just
GG.
I'm just on the EG hate train, just in general.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, also, like, I think I want to add for people who mulled over this list already, like, for me, like, from the 3rd to 6th place, I do think that those 4 teams, like Sentinels, Leviathan, Furia, and 100 Thieves, they have the chance to qualify for Tokyo. I wouldn't, like, it's not that they are, like, underneath each other and, like, I don't know, 100 Thieves has no chance. No, I don't think so.
This is a power ranking. This is not a tier list.
And I think, like, those
if
4
it was a tier
teams,
list, we would put them all up there.
Yeah, like, those 4 teams are fighting for the slot in Tokyo, while Energy and Loud are locked in. That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, and I'm seeing C9, EG, Crew, and MIBR as the teams that I don't think will be fighting for a spot.
Actually, wait. I'm kind of thinking on, like, Jakey might be actually, like, the thing that might get C9 far.
The only thing for me is
I am just
Rooney.
scared.
They have Rooney IGLing.
I'm kind of scared, about, like, the Rooney IGL.
And it's not necessarily, I think, he's gonna bottom frag every game. It's not that
he's inexperienced. That's the kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's a young IGL who still needs time to refine himself and all of that. It's the same thing with Stellar, and, like, Stellar, he actually did a decent job.
Yeah.
I think the only thing is with you're calling against, this is your first ever tier 1 match, pretty much.
Oh yeah,
You're going to be calling against the likes of FNS. Who else you got? Def, experienced IGL, Sadak. I mean, this guy's, like, I'd say the best IGL in the world, probably.
It's time to bring in Cupert. I'll say it right now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I kind of would agree in this term because, like, if you run against teams, like, I mean, he at least scrimmed probably against those teams, right? While Rooney hasn't.
Yeah.
Also, like, if we think about, like, Cloud9 bringing in those new imports, like, not imports, sorry, the new players, like, we are talking about, like, 2-3 weeks of practice before we start the split. Like, they will fumble some matches in the first couple of weeks, and if they, like, lose the 3 opening matches, that's it. There's no way they go to Tokyo. If they manage to win 7 in a row, which they won't do as well.
Whatever you do, don't look at a tweet I just said.
Wait.
I don't know what is up with Comment, but Comment just always hits bangers.
I can't read it. I'm just a producer right now, so I can't do it. Maybe it's good I can't do it. But so do we go with that? Like, EG on the 7th, 8th, Cloud9, Crew. I mean, Crew got Kaznit. But does this put them again above Cloud9?
I think it's the same thing with Heat. They could get 1 or 2 wins, but I don't see them going in as the favorite.
They beat MIBR, they beat Cloud9.
Yeah,
did they beat Cloud9 though? Maybe they do. Maybe they do.
I feel like Cloud9 will pull it out of the bag.
Yeah, Zelza's just
I think Zappa. the match I'm super excited to watch in terms of to see how these power rankings turn out is Furia versus 100 Thieves. Because for me that's like the 2 teams that lock in where I felt if Furia played 100 Thieves at that tournament, Furia would have won. But we'll have to see.
Can we put again some reasoning into the Sentinels pick? Because I feel like if people see that, they're like, why on earth is Sentinels on 3rd? So Sentinels Grimbox is insane. Sentinels potential is insane. And that's why we
Sentinels good.
Okay.
They have Marv. They have Marv, right? Okay, I'm not gonna use that.
No, I'm just saying because, like, Leviathan is, like, kind of like the undisputed scrim gods, and, like, they've been decent, like, not just decent, they played good at lock-in. Besides that one match against Na'Vi, where they just
prefer not to speak, but yeah.
It's like they've been but the problem is when you're the scrim gods for so long, you start to become, instead of the scrim gods, you become the land chokers. Like, you know.
I mean, it's true.
Not that I'm saying they are now, but if it continues, then they could be. So I hope that doesn't happen. And that will be a good match for Sentinels Leviathan. But Sentinels, we know their ceiling is high.
That's
and
true.
also I'm a tens believer. So
And he'll look good in the matches they played against the winners of Lock In. I mean,
it's really hard because people be like, "Oh, they lost first round." Yeah, they lost first round, but like they lost first round to the best team in the world. Like,
yeah. It's similar like
difficult.
Koi lost to Energy, who was doing a very good run. So yeah, I see that.
It's similar. Yeah.
I like that
Fantastic
ranking.
best team in the world.
Also, the fact that
What do you have against that?
the fact that
Aren't
a team has Marved and Pancada on the same roster is just ridiculous. But anyway, let's continue.
That's got to be a monopoly at this point.
They just have two of the best smokes players in the world. They're
Yeah.
going to sign Mako next as the seventh man. I mean,
they'll just oh, that would be sick. That would be sick.
Don't say that would be sick, mate.
Oh no, you put it that way. I didn't mean it that way. Okay, I'm sorry.
that
That
wait,
certainly wouldn't be sick. Okay, certainly wouldn't be.
Oh, no.
Let's continue with Pacific before we go into
Yeah.
I'm the pun master here, right?
I
You do not
didn't
take my
realise.
title.
I didn't try to.
By the way, nobody should look at the fact that I put Hookars, Virtuoso, and Disguised and Bleed Esports in the tier list. That was just a funny joke that I
What
had
do you
in
mean?
the past.
Bleed is my 10th on my Pacific tier list.
Yeah.
Detonation on it. I
Honestly,
actually think.
Actually, to be honest,
that's
yeah,
reasonable.
that wouldn't even be on.
That was reasonable.
Yeah.
God.
that was like ice cold at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about Destination. We'll see, but I'm putting them
Yeah.
10th on my tier list.
So,
I
But
think
who do we
RRQ
put first?
RRQ look better than them. But anyway, who do we put first? I think it's a disrespect to DRX not to put them first.
I agree.
We do agree.
They're just the goats of Asia.
Especially considering like a weekly format, I do feel like they're like unbeatable in this kind of format. Like week in, week out, they're just
Yeah.
gonna stomp them all. Like, yeah.
Yeah, when they were playing the Korean, like
Okay.
the original Korean tournaments before franchising and stuff, and before
Yeah.
the regional leagues, they just didn't lose.
I mean,
They
they
just didn't
literally went
lose.
107-0, right? Didn't they at the Virtual
Yeah,
Striker?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
And they put down a Talon team who looked good.
yeah.
I mean, they looked a bit shaky at lock-in, but they still came top 4 and
Yeah.
took 2 maps off Loud. I mean, you can't really argue that.
Yeah, actually true. Yeah, I think there's no
So-
reason to not say that they are currently the best team, and they will most likely remain the best team. But,
Unless another team has a huge...
yeah, there are teams which are trying to challenge that first place. But who are those? Bo.
Okay. So
This is going to be some cap.
Yeah,
I
if he
already know
starts
this
a
is gonna be
sentence like that,
complete-
you know it's overcooked.
I'm actually going with a whim right now, but that is just because I believe so much in this.
Don't say Paper Eggs.
No, I'm not going to listen
Oh.
to Paper X. That would actually be a lukewarm take, my man. I am actually going with Gen G.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
That was my
Well,
pick. That was my pick for second as well.
Like me too.
If I
honestly.
spoke about the amount of people who have told me that Gen G are absolutely farming every single
Seriously?
scrim, it's not like they are tryharding those scrims. They are just playing defaults, but they keep winning.
Damn. I'm excited
It's
to really watch
it's
the team
seriously
play.
like Gen G, like just picked up all the prodigies
Mhm.
of Korea that weren't on like Vision Strikers, all of that, and
Yeah.
thank God they didn't sign Hyani. But like
I mean, it's
this is just like I'll be shocked
yeah.
if they like fall down to like third, fourth.
I
Yeah.
rate King really highly. TS played well. Meteor played well. They've
Yeah.
got Sylvan in, who's a
They've got
really good
fucking Sylvan!
player.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great player. So I think
Like-
these roster changes could make them even better.
Yeah,
that's the
me,
thing, like,
Paperfish, Bro, and fucking Sogi, we've been praying for this day. The god is loose.
I mean,
The god
honestly,
is
like
loose.
even with the roster they had at lock in, I would potentially put them second place just based
Yeah,
on the fact
yeah.
how
Speaking
good
of
they look to
God.
get loud. And now they upgraded 2 players to an already good team. I don't see them.
Speaking of
like-
God, they also got God Dead. I completely forgot about
They
that.
did,
God
yeah.
Dead is whoa, man. This guy has so much untapped potential.
Yeah,
Um,
and for people who think like, oh, we are overrating them over one performance against Loud, it's not just that. It's just like how they looked. It's not like even if they got it
Yeah.
bumped out, it looked so good, and they
Mm-hmm.
challenged a Loud side, which went to the grand final in the best of 5 against Fnatic, and Genji challenged exactly that team. Yeah, and now they got 2 upgrades, 2 prodigies. Yeah,
It's funny because they got minus points on their rating again for that loss against Loud, obviously. But
Yeah.
if anything, I would give them like plus points on their rating for that loss against Loud because of how they
I agree.
looked.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially in that fracture match, even though I know they lost. But
but
yeah.
I actually have a team that might actually be on the same level.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Is this more Scrimbucks or is this Bo's
No,
cooking?
this is just my
Right, okay.
blatant favoritism at this point.
It's
2 cards, of course. Yes. I'm just going with Talon.
I mean, it's reasonable, I think.
I really like how Talon is performing. It gave me a lot of hope into like Thai Valorant.
I gotta be honest. Like I kind of agree, just because of the fact, like I think PaperX, for example, is like a team you would usually put on the second or third place in Pacific, right? But PaperX gives me similar vibes to Liquid. They have the undeniable talent on paper, but they have also undeniably issues they have to solve. And it's a question: can they fix him in time? While Talon just looked like PaperX were supposed to look like. And I do think they will continue to look like this, and they will just perform even better. And also a factor like we didn't even see so far was Patipan, who is now like has more time to recover and potentially will be a factor it can just throw in to catch an opponent off guard. Because like, yeah, why not just put in Patipan in the starting lineup, and already I got this different
Speaking of
maker.
Potipon, he unfollowed me. What the?
I mean, rightfully so, right?
Okay,
Twitter.
never
Yeah,
mind.
true.
Never mind.
Yeah, true.
Talon's
Good-
7. Talon's 7.
Patipan based. Patipan actually based.
Actually, mate. No, I think I like that. I think Talon.
Please follow me again. Please. I'm kind of lonely.
He will surely sit here on this tier list and be like, oh, I cannot wait where they rank me. And then like, oh yeah, I'm going to follow you, Bo.
Exactly, my man. Firm handshakes all the way.
Except he can't shake a hand because he's got a
It's not like he's an amputee, mate.
Yeah, he can't risk a wrist injury. No, I like that. I like Taylor looks amazing. I love them.
Like they qualify for Tokyo, I just go over to him and like shake his hand, and like his entire
one day
head
before the
just-
grand
just
final
turns
against
into
like
dust.
Fnatic, and he's just like completely destroys his wrist. Yeah,
like
I think I agree with that. This is where it gets a bit
This is where-
spicy. Also, just a question before we rank the rest of the teams. What's going on with PaperX and their roster?
To put it
Any
as simple as
leakage?
possible, the something thing is still going on, and it's kind of like being a bit of a battle. So we do not
Okay,
know.
so they
we
have
have
A
we have
week
no
until
clue.
their first match, and they don't
Yeah.
know what their roster's going to be.
We have no clue if
Yay.
something is going to join them. We have no idea. Like it is kind of a coin flip. But then again, like if you're gonna keep the same roster as of right now, that's still a consistent roster.
Yes, it's still a good roster. Right? Like I think we kind of overrate maybe them losing to Cloud9. Was it right? A
Yeah.
roster which
They
is
have
not
beginner's
even
luck.
existing anymore.
Cloud9 had beginner's luck. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
I think I would go Secret, PaperX, and then
Secret?
what do you mean Secret?
I
They
mean,
look good.
I mean, Pinoy Pride all the way, but like that was the first time that I saw Secret actually looking this good.
Who in the rest of the league would you say is the favorite against Secret right now?
the favorite. I rate Zeta and PaperX higher.
Zeta I can see. PaperX I can see that. I'd put PaperX 5th currently and Zeta 6th probably. But I don't know. I feel like Secret will fall off like in like the coming years if they don't make changes like for next year and stuff. But
You guys don't want to listen to what I had to say, but yeah,
Yeah, go on.
I'll just keep my thoughts about
No.
T1 winning it all.
Oh no,
Stop,
never
stop,
mind, never mind.
stop,
I take
stop,
it back. I
stop.
didn't want to hear
Stop.
it. You know I invested my stocks in T1, and you know what they did? You know what they did?
I told
they
you
threw
guys.
them out of the window. They were like, no, we're not playing.
I am
You
a
guys said
professional gaslighter
T1
right here,
the-
ladies and gentlemen. But
I
like
remember Bo saying T1 the scrum room is T1 are so good that they're playing Neon, but it's working and they're doing so good. And then I was like, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose the first match and they're gonna go out. T1 are not good.
They didn't
And
play
then
Neon.
they did exactly that. And they didn't
Yeah.
even play Neon. So that's what I'm
I
saying.
still have hopes for this team because the roster has quality. But let's go chronologically here. Fourth place. Fourth place. So fourth place kind of between like Zeta, Secret, and Paper X. I'm gonna put
I
them
throw
up.
GE in there as well.
GE fighting, yeah.
I would
actually low key. I get that.
I'm seeing. You know what I
Wait.
doing? I feel like
can we just put RRQ down in the bottom already?
no detonation below them.
Yeah, they are like Detonation is having an argument with RQ. Who looked worse?
I think RRQ are ninth. They almost won a map against Foot. So look. I know they played Reyna.
That is
but-
so bad to base them on. Like they almost won a map against Foot, and the other team like didn't win anything. Like this is like
They almost won a map against
I saw the-
Meanwhile,
I saw
they're
the
ranked in
interview.
the same number.
I saw the interview with RRQ Eman, the guy who played Reyna, and he got asked why he played Reyna in that game, and he said, "Well, in scrims we were just destroying people with it, so we just thought we'd play it." And I was like, "Huh?" Like,
Here's
like-
the thing: like Reyna in scrims is always destroying, but like it never works in an official.
but I would still put them above Detonation because I don't remember a single round that Detonation played. So
Seodom will absolutely wreck everybody.
he
Not
will go
again.
7-16.
Steamroll.
Oh my god! Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
No, okay. I mean, okay. Let's go with the hard questions. Fourth.
The role
place.
is Steam.
Fourth place. Okay. Who have we got left? I'm going Bleed. Honestly. No, I'm kidding.
All right, I'll just go with T1 then.
No, T1 at
honestly,
8th. T1 at
for
8th.
me, I gotta fight hard for this, but I feel like there's no way Paper X isn't fourth, and I can base that actually on some facts. While I do think like GE and Secret, they have the potential for all of this. They have to do more work, and I still think like Paper X would win against TS like next week, or GE next week, or even Zeta next week. And I'm not sure about the schedule, like when they will play who, but I still think like Paper X is a bit like rated too low based on their performance at lock-in.
But the thing is, Paper X, yeah, they could probably beat these teams next week, considering they had their regular 5. But if a few days or a week before the matches start, they put something in and they take out Benkai and they put Devi on IGL, and you have Forsaken, Jing, and something on your team.
Yeah, I agree.
Then I think, unfortunately, we could just see like a complete collapse of Paper X. I don't know if we will, but it's a possibility, which is why I'm thinking like I would put them slightly lower than 4th. I don't have, but then again, I
Okay.
don't have as much faith in Secret, Global, or Zeta to put them above them right now. So it's difficult to rank them. But T1 is
Yeah.
8th. That's all I know.
T1
I'm sorry, bro. T1 is 8th. You have DRX, Gen G at the top, and yeah, T1. Sorry about that.
Who would you have on fourth, Bo?
Actually, now that I look at it, I kind of feel like that Team Secret might actually.
Is he about to say that they're gonna be fourth?
I think he is after going Secret when I said it
Yeah.
originally, which it would just be perfect.
Yeah, I'll actually go with Secret.
On the fourth.
Yeah.
Oh man, Kamen takes the W again.
I'm kind of like thinking back and like, maybe.
I mean, they look good against Liquid. They look very good. It's
Yeah.
not just like Liquid fumble.
And then
back.
I'll
Secret looked good.
actually
But
go with a whim. Either okay, this is just my copia. Say the division is going to qualify for Master Tokyo, or they gotta reach 7th.
That would mean 3rd place for Zeta. I'd love to see
Oh.
it. I would love to see it.
Yeah, but
Well,
if they
I'd love
don't,
to
I see them on 7th.
Yeah, I can see it.
I mean, I see no world where I put Zeta right now instead of Talon on the third. But yeah, I just for the record to say they could make it, I would love to see it as well. But yeah, I kind of feel it like this. So it would be between PaperX and Global Esports, 5th and 6th. Am I saying
Yeah, I
that
think
right?
so.
But I mean,
Yep.
based on like just I mean, there's a lot of like potential in the PaperX thing, but just
Yeah.
based on the
I
quality,
do think that they're gonna stay consistent.
yeah, I
no
don't think
matter-
they're gonna fall off that bad.
Yeah,
And I mean, for global, I think like 6th place in the first season would be very
That's not
successful.
bad.
That would be like, given the fact like how good those teams are, like, and I mean, maybe Team Secret won't perform as good, and they can sliver on the 5th or something. But I think that is a very like, I would be happy with that result, given the fact like how competitive the region actually is.
Yeah.
I think that looks
I
cool.
agree. I think I'm trying to compare like the first place, second place, third place in each region and thinking about how they compare to each other. 100 Thieves next to Global Esports is like quite something, but I think that's
I mean-
pretty all right.
It's actually interesting. I like randomly said like the Liquid and PaperX thing. Now they're both on 5th, kind of in the same boat. Vitality, Leviathan, Secret. I mean, this feels a bit odd, but I mean, given the fact how good they looked, I see it. Koi, Sentinels, Talon. That would be sick. I like that. I like that.
If we had those 9 teams at oh wait, no, because it would be one more. Those 9 plus Vitality or Liquid at Tokyo, I'm happy with that. Like, I'm like, bring it on. Like, let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah, that would be great.
So I'm all for this tier list, I think.
I like that. Nice.
Now I am going to throw a wrench out of nowhere. Just a sudden wrench. And that is go back to the tier list. Go back to the tier list. We are in need of the tier list. Crew might actually be able to do something weird.
Crew.
Yeah, I okay.
This is just copium. This is such copium.
It's either gonna be Crew are actually gonna do a decent run,
Mm-hmm.
or it's gonna be they only beat Leviathan of all teams.
What? Because
Oh,
they never lose to.
No,
And
they come with
Leviathan
they got Kazet
will-
and he leaks all the strats thing. That's probably his argument.
Oh my
It would
God.
be funny, to be honest.
would be so funny.
Like, it would be so ironic if like
He stole
Like,
the
the
notebook
only
of Onur with
match
all the
that
pistol
Crew wins-
strats.
yeah, like if like Crew only wins every single game against Leviathan, that would be pretty sus, to be honest.
I'm telling you, he stole the notebook of all the pistol round strats of Lev, and he's just gonna leak them.
Crew will be the reason why Leviathan don't make it through LCQ for champions.
Oh God. I just don't. I don't
Nah.
really believe in that Crew run at Champions 2021 with Klaus, Kesnet, and Nags.
was a
They have that
fluke.
core now. It was a train run on passion. That was like,
Yeah.
and that was great and all. But I don't know. And they're getting rid of Jandy as well, who was, I thought, one of their best players. Before,
It's not even like
so-
that. Don't think they will play good Valorant. It's just like if I take a look on the other teams and like especially
Yeah.
the top 6,
Yeah.
they are just
Yeah.
above. That's just a fact for me. Like there's no way they beat those top 6 teams like consistently, like that they make it into those. And then you have like still EG, C9, MIBR, who like all in a similar boat for me. So I don't know, but just the top 6 just look too good. 100 Thief, Uriel Left, Sentinels, Energy, Loud. They're just like a tier above, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But maybe Crew
Well,
gonna get like 7th, but yeah, whatever. Could be.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if EG get 9th and Crew get 7th, I'm not crying about it. Like,
Yeah.
I
fine.
agree. I agree.
I mean, valid all the way.
Yeah.
So,
All
yeah, I think
right.
that's good.
That should be enough, I guess. That should be decent. That should be wait. I gotta screenshot this before we drop the episode so I can farm all of the points.
Oh boy.
All of the impressions.
You've got to like blur out like the top 3 teams from each
I
region.
don't
so,
know.
like,
I
people watch
actually
it.
don't
Our
know.
thumbnail is just gonna be like it's just gonna be so chaotic. We'll actually just make a fake version of it.
Oh yeah, of course. That's the
We'll,
trick.
we'll put crew first in Americas, and we'll just put like all the other teams under. Just randomly, we'll just randomize it all.
Sentinels 5th.
Sentinels
no.
5th.
They'll go crazy. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I
I
like
think
that.
that's a pretty successful tier list. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think that's pretty much it for tier 1 news this week.
Yeah.
So we can move on to the tier 2 leagues, the tier 2 portion of the episode. And we'll start off.
Why do you have
naturally.
to add like the little parenthesis stuff down
I
below?
thought it's
Like
funny. I thought
Polaris
it's funny.
and the other irrelevant EMEA leagues.
You added that to the doc. I found it's funny, so I added to the.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
Bo's acting
understandable.
like Bagovic has added that too.
Begovic, you are so
Bo
mean.
added that.
How dare
Bo
you?
wrote this.
This is
Bo wrote
absolutely
that.
I just
unacceptable, bro.
copy
This
pasted
is
his
absolute-
notes.
No, I just can't. Like this,
Bo
this is
wrote that.
absolutely Bankovic is getting cancelled at this point. Yeah, definitely. Like, okay, find the tweet. The guy messed up with his mouse. Absolutely cursed. I don't know why people keep doing that. Please.
Bo,
Oh,
you've
yeah.
been framed. Except no, Bangovic has been framed. But
Yeah.
Bo was the real typo there of that heinous quote.
Perhaps.
But yeah,
But let's start with the most irrelevant EMEA league.
Ah, yes, of
Polaris.
course. No, wait,
No, I'm
that's
joking.
actually
I'm joking.
Italy.
I'm
It's
joking.
actually Italy, but yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
Polaris is around there. So
yeah.
Polaris, we talked about it a lot last week, so we're not going to spend too much time on it. But there was the email that all of the
Yes.
Polaris teams received, which was not very promising at the time at all, in fact. And we can show it on screen, right? We don't need to
Yeah, I'm showing the email
read
right now.
everything. Yeah, so effectively the takeaways were, so you've had it really, really difficult in split one. You know, we took away all these things, media day, you know, all these things. So we're going to make it even more difficult for you.
it was a virtual media day.
By not showing all the matches.
Mm-hmm.
And what was it out? What was it? Was that it? I can't remember. Did they do something else? I can't remember what
They
it was.
will broadcast only on Mondays. The Tuesday broadcast it will not be broadcasted on Tuesday. Therefore, some teams will have less days covered on stream, but they will work together with some influencers / streamers. Yeah.
And also, the fact that they can say we're not going to broadcast that, but the amount of reruns on that channel, it is constantly live, live with reruns of the matches. For some reason, I don't know why. They have 10 viewers. I do not know why. I don't know why that they have constant reruns of the matches.
Yeah.
So that's beyond me. But yeah, this is not great for Polaris. Again, deja vu.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate, really.
Yeah, and just across the Twitter space, like a lot of people have been vocal about it. Like just as you can see with the tweet here, like even Artis picked it up on his stream and talked about the fact that like it is so bad, like Ek is leaving and all of those things. Like I mean, Ekis was also like kind of jabbing.
Eccles is going for the Hyundai.
What?
Eccles is going for the Hyundai. That's the only thing he's doing.
Yeah. I mean, relatable. At least he
The
can
only
get
reason he's
it.
going to India is to get the Hyundai, and then he's getting out of there.
I mean,
But you think Eccles playing in Polaris on a free agent team where no orgs are interested, and he has the opportunity to go to India and play on a LAN stage. Why wouldn't you? Like, why wouldn't you?
And he had several media days, which he never had in Polaris.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense. I think it's just it hurts to see that like a region or like a league like Polaris with talent like they have, and I'm speaking about like tier 1 talent potentially, like, and very good matchups, doesn't get coverage and like had a lot of issues with that. And their solution for that is to even cut it further, have less marketing, less streams, less broadcast, less support. How is that going to solve the issues they have? Like, I'm sorry, it just saddens me. And yeah, that's just an L. Big fat L.
Yeah, I can of course not say a lot, but all I'm going to say is my players, and me included, we lost a contract with an esports organization because of this email. We were 3 days away from signing a contract. 3 days from signing a fucking contract. And then this comes out, and it just completely ruins it all.
Yeah.
It didn't just fuck up our plans. It fucked up all the team's plans. Like it was completely like this is not how we expected stuff to go.
Yeah, imagine like you're an org or you're like an investor or a potential org to enter Polaris, and you're like kind of calculating how much broadcasting days we have, how much coverage we're gonna get, how much things gonna be produced, and then you just see that email that all of that be like at least be halved to a degree where it just doesn't make any sense anymore. So yeah,
it feels like, from my perspective, for example, like I am a manager for a team in that region. And it just feels like that I let them down. I know it isn't me who let them down, but it's still just it really fucking hurts because these guys have been grinding over and over again. Finally, there's an actual like offer. We were close to finalizing stuff. And then this just comes out. And the worst part is like watch parties on Tuesdays, from what I've seen, the streamers who like watch party Polaris, they don't even like stream mostly on the Tuesdays. They are mostly on the Mondays. So you're kind of like, why would you choose Tuesday then? Because you're just gonna get the smaller content creators. I seriously like.
Yeah.
I like the only way that we will survive is literally by the hands of Sliggy. Sliggy is like the one who will decide our fate.
But is that even possible considering the fact like that EMEA League is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays?
Exactly.
So if I'm Sliggy and I have the opportunity to stream
EMEA and the thing League is like
or Polaris
expects now that like there will be support for Polaris through the watch parties and all of that. But you got to remember there's also other leagues going on at the same time.
Yeah.
And they're like Mondays and Tuesdays, they are already not the best times to have matches, I'll be honest, especially in Northern Europe.
You're completely right, Bangovich. Like, why would, if I'm Sliggy, why would I watch Polaris when I can watch Fnatic versus Na'Vi? Like, you just wouldn't, would you?
Yeah, and I believe actually that there is like a period. Yeah, I believe we have a break between the regular season.
Right. Okay.
Because it doesn't want to conflict with the matches
too much. I mean, that would help.
Yeah,
certainly.
It's kind of like changing here and there, but like it's still really, really, really frustrating. Like we want to have a career, we want to be able to get a salary, and like the worst part is like, okay, East, right? Everybody keeps saying East takes the lower salaries. Most of them have 1K salaries, all right? We are down in the slums. We are close to accepting like 400 euros a month salaries. We are so close to like just signing with a crypto org and just accepting it.
Yeah.
Because like here's the thing for us for Polaris, all right? We want what is best for that league. We want what is absolutely best for that league. And that is why we try to get the good orgs. We have so many offers from crypto orgs, from like absolute scam orgs and all of that, who want to sign some of the rosters here. And we say no for that because we know it's going to affect the league's future instantly. Like if we were to put fucking, I don't know, Division 6 into this, like into Polaris, it would straight up just ruin it. It will absolutely ruin it because like then you just have a god awful organization in. It just does not make any sense. And it just absolutely it shatters my heart, to be honest, that like we try our best here and this just happens. And this is not ProMod at fault for some part of it. Sure, like ProMod still has the decisions to make, and I do think that there are other ways to do this financially speaking. But it has also to do with the fact that Riot does not give financial support. They give some things, but they do not give enough for these leagues. EMEA is in the fucking gutter right now. We don't have betting sponsors allowed in Valorant, which is 80% of our financials in EMEA esports. And we just have to like live with that. And like, oh, we why can't you find any sponsors? Well, because nobody's interested in EMEA because we have low viewership and it's CS land. It's seriously so frustrating that like they think that NA and EMEA are the same thing and that they could use the same strategies in there. Like it's just impossible.
That's not possible.
We will like this is how you literally kill EMEA. We saw it with Overwatch. Like Overwatch is completely dead now. EMEA. There are some teams here and there, but like they are mostly run by like Saudi organizations, all of that. And it's just really frustrating because like what can we do?
Yeah, and
It's,
like
it's
another
seriously impossible for us.
another thing which is really concerning reading that email is like there's this one line where they say, however, we will be working with streamers, influencers to ensure watch parties provide a level of broadcast. A level of broadcast, which I understand as there won't be observers, like the streamers or whatever will get into the game lobbies and they will observe themselves. That's how I read it, or like what could be.
We haven't gotten information about that yet.
But if that's the
Like,
case, so there's like Sliggy clicking through the POVs because he wants to. I mean, that could be cool actually. If like Sliggy does that and he goes to like a certain player he wants to highlight, that could be cool. But
and
if,
also, like,
yeah,
Sliggy has a past in observing. Like,
I mean, yeah,
like
he has.
he was full on just an
But
observer.
also, it's like it's not just Sliggy. If anybody else wants to watch party it, they're not
exactly.
observers. It just makes it so much more difficult. Like,
yeah,
and
although
like,
I think that some people that
also,
want to do it
also
for
something
free.
that is absolutely laughable. It's the fact that, like, if you look on esports charts, our most watched language is German.
oh, because of focus.
Yeah, Focus is basically
Yeah.
carrying the league at this point, and
Yeah.
like it's just absolutely. Oh man, I don't know what to do. I know that I could build a tier 1 roster in
Yeah.
Northern Europe. I know that I can only build shit rosters in the other regions because that talent hasn't been developed that well yet. We legit have we have young players who are like switching over to Valorant from CS because they know there is no future in CS, so they actually take the gamble and switch over to Valorant, only to be fucked over by a system that just does not care.
Yeah,
That's
like,
just how we feel.
Isn't it always like sad to think about? Like it is supposed to be tier 2, and for me, in my definition of tier 2, it should provide a way to like maintain a living standard. And it's
like,
not the
it's
case.
not even Polaris. It's not even
yeah.
Polaris that is like in
In
big
entire
fucking
Europe,
trouble.
it's not possible to live like, I mean, generally speaking, from
There's
the most
legit-
teams.
Yeah, in East there's an organization like Cyberwolves who stopped paying their players. Then there's fucking France, which where Heat and Sector 1 left, and which other B Genius also left because of financial issues, and they kind of fucked over their rosters and all of that.
Yeah.
I know that one org is entering the French league, but that still leaves 2 spots left. And Benelux United, it's all Benelux players. So breaking news, French organizations will not give a shit about you if you're Benelux. So it's just absolutely impossible.
And like also,
there's just clear national pride. You can't you can't put all the leagues into like smaller leagues because there is going to be straight up just national pride. Like we saw it in the Spanish league. There was 0, and I mean 0 Italian players in the Spanish league. Absolutely like disgraceful. There's no organizations were declined who tried to get into the Spanish league because like just the fact that like there are other organizations from Spain who want to sign rosters here and all of that, and like it's just frustrating. It's just really frustrating that like this is how EMEA is being treated right now, and like there should be looked at some way to fix this. There has to be a way.
Yeah.
Because like I also know like the fact that like Polaris is an absolutely amazing like league to show to international viewers. So why don't you focus on international viewers? Because that is actually most of our viewership. Like we have German viewers, and we have like NA pros who are like trolling in Twitch chat. We've got so many like different people watching Polaris because we keep like we keep advertising it, like different groups keep advertising it, so it's interested in other like smaller communities. Why not try to focus on that? It's just really, I don't know. It's just why does this have to be this way? We've got probably some of the most stacked rosters. We've got the most competitive matches, yet 0 views because like we are basically an irrelevant league at this point. And it's just, I don't know. I went into a tangent, but just overall, it's just incredibly disappointing. And
we did talk about it quite a lot in terms of solutions last episode as well. So
and we do need them, and I think this is a point where Riot has to do something. I think like there's a lot of suggested solutions from the community. I know that like some people I chatted with, they work on more solutions to offer them, to like spread them out, to hopefully that Riot will pick up some of those ideas to make tier 2 great again.
Yeah. And like the overall thing is like when we are in a position right now where we are closing into a potential recession with like the whole bank crisis and like the esports recession that we also have. Like just today, like what was it, like Gamers or whatever that company is called that like has esports like let go a bunch of journalists. There's also some firing on Twitch. There's also like I'll probably say there's also some layoffs in some esports teams, which will be announced soonish. So it's just like Riot's got to do something like financially to support these TOs, because TOs are also closing a lot of things. They are closing a lot of divisions. I believe it was like the influencer division in Freaks for You Germany that got closed as of recently. So it's just frustrating.
Yeah.
And just seeing that Riot just really do not look at it. But like luckily I could probably say this, like there are positive things on the way. But I just think that it might be too late.
We'll have to see how it turns out.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Challenger Leagues, a more positive Challenger Leagues. There's 2 leagues at the moment
you mean
that are
Japan?
going very well. Oh well, I wasn't going to talk about Japan.
We can
Obviously,
actually real
Japan's going
quick
very
talk
well.
about Japan, like the results, because pretty big upset happened during the playoffs. The grand finals. Fennel came in and absolutely swooped Crazy Raccoons, who
Wait,
did not.
they did?
Yeah, they did not lose. Like Crazy Raccoon did not lose a single map during the group stages and through their playoff run. And then the grand finals kicked in, and Fennel absolutely steamrolled them.
Damn,
Or not
I
really
didn't even
steamrolled them.
see
It was a
that.
close match, but it was still like, damn, that was
3-0.
When was that?
Chuck's Joe diff. Let's just
Yesterday.
Yep.
Oh, damn, I didn't even see it.
It
Oh,
was
good job,
a
Fennel.
pretty good match, I'll be honest.
Nice.
So, and of course, the Japanese viewership is just insane.
Yeah,
which
you
is really
tweeted
true.
that is crazy.
Yeah, this is a league that like sponsors will actually sponsor.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
will actually be
Well, if
interesting.
you want to
Yeah.
develop talent in EMEA, for example, you got to pay up, right? I'm sorry, but you got to pay up or find some way that makes this financially viable. Like, do just this Challenger skin bundle. Like, how hard is that? You guys have like the bundles. They just do something like, for example, just like those bundles where you get like the top 5 skins of each line of that, and you could just buy that. Was it like Give It Back or something?
Okay, we did talk about this last
Basically,
week though. We did talk about this last week.
Sorry, I'm going back into the challenges tangent. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. But let's continue with talking about Turkey very quickly. In Turkey, they're the 2 maybe preconceived best teams before the playoffs happened. FireFlux and Parla. They have actually combined their rosters into just FireFlux now. But the thing with Turkey is only the second split counts towards Ascension, and this team is looking like a huge favorite now.
Yeah, but it also means that there will only be 9 teams for Split 2.
Yep, very true.
Because they apparently they aren't adding another team for the second split.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of like there are still some teams that you could probably pick up. Like there's the one team, Derioli or something. They're playing the Surfshark tournament in a bit, I believe, or it has already ended. But there are still some like Turkish teams that you could probably put in. But yeah, I mean, FireFlux look insane. I'm kind of sad that like this seemed quite sudden. Like the decision to like merge Parla and FireFlux. So it kind of seems that like the players who were let go by FireFlux got kind of fucked over. Because it's only what is it called? It's only Woot and who is it? I believe it was Jet J. Who are staying from their roster. Sasuke is on a sub role, which just leaves out Loris and what's the other guy called?
We
Destructive.
can't even
There we go. How did I forget Destructive? Jesus, Destructive is an insane like smokes player. It just kind of like it feels wrong on some parts that you let go of these players out of like the split is starting really soon.
Yeah,
so
but
it's kind
also,
of like hard for them to find a team.
in a way, this is like their final push for Ascension.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is like, if they can live up to their potential as a team, and these 5 players, and get there, this would be a crazy good story
Mhm.
for them to have, and it's a great roster. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and
Agreed.
also
I'm
the
looking forward
stack,
to it.
like, it's mega stack. They got Pal the
Yeah.
Goat. They've got Mavera, they got Afri on Fire, they got L7, and they got the lineup's god Flatcore.
Yeah, on God, he is the lineup god.
If this roster does not succeed, I'm going to I'll personally get involved. I'll
I feel
just
bad for FireFlux at that point.
yeah,
They've done everything they
that is
can,
like financial decision right there.
It's actually interesting to see, like, in the regular split, Paula and FireFlux. I just checked it here. In the regular season, they've been first and second place, and then in the playoffs, they actually failed to secure the top
finals,
spot.
yeah.
And now, kind of merging the first and second place, the two most consistent teams throughout that season. I think that's a good attempt I see what they're trying to do, and I hope it works out, because I think that the talent of that roster deserves a shot at Ascension, at least like at the tournament, and then potentially even in Tier 1, because I know there have been voices saying Paula should be the representative of Turkey for the franchising, but just from the talent point of view. But we will see. I like this move.
Definitely. And our final Challengers League that we're going to talk about for today is probably the most exciting Challengers League at the moment, just with everything that is going on. We're heading into the most exciting part of the league.
I
Bo,
love
you even said
NA.
it yourself before the episode. You said you loved NA.
Joinking Mad Lions and G2. All good. I'm not jealous at all.
Um,
Oh wait, why am I taking
Yeah.
a picture out of nowhere? That is the wrong.
Selfie
That is the
dork.
wrong button on my
All
on my
right.
camera. I'm trying to get it
NA.
like focused and all of that, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
The North American Challengers League. The playoffs start. They start on Wednesday. Am I right? I think they start on Wednesday, and it looks
Yeah.
like it's going to be some great
Yes.
matchups. Are we going to do some very quick pick'ems? I think.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got him prepared. So we're gonna start with M80 versus Disguised.
I don't. My heart says Disguise, but my head says M80, and M80 look great.
Yeah.
So.
And just a little jab at the formatting, or like
Recruit
how this
bonus.
worked out. Like, why are they playing
Yeah,
against
come
each other
on.
again? Like, come on. Like, this is just, I mean, that's just bad. It's dumb. It doesn't make
Okay.
sense.
Okay.
But
I'll put something off my chest. Knight's format is just I don't know what it is. It's just like
yeah.
I don't know.
giga doo-doo. That is why you should watch Polaris instead, because we actually got a decent
Okay.
bracket and we have
Oh my
actually
God.
competitive matches and we got a best of 3 and we got an English broadcast. Okay, anyways.
No, you got no broadcast anymore. At least just.
Fuck off.
I killed him.
Yeah, watch
again.
Polaris.
No.
Oh wait, you can't.
Oh man, I feel bad for saying that, but it's just the truth. At least on Tuesdays, Mondays you can watch it, guys. Don't get me wrong. Oh man, I
Hey,
just
guys,
made Bo
watch
leave.
Sliggy.
I just made Bo leave.
Hey guys,
Oh.
go and watch Sliggy's observing.
Yes, I mean that would be great. But back to the
True.
topic: M80 versus Disguised. I mean, honestly, M80 been on fire. Disguised been not bad, but M80 is just built different currently.
Yeah, and they beat them too convincingly, but when they played them last time, for me
Yeah.
to predict Disguised is so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we cannot ask Bo for his opinion since he just literally left.
Who knows where he's gone?
Actually, TSM versus Moist. That's more interesting, I feel like.
Yeah, I think it is. Again, my heart says Moist, but TSM they almost lost to Disguise last week.
Yeah, actually, can I?
So I
open
could
them?
see the upset happening, and I think it would be a great match if that did happen.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to give a little gamble on Moist.
Oh, I like that. We can see if we get over, like, if Bo has some other thoughts on that one. But yeah, I like that. I think TSM looked pretty decent with the new player. They Haste, Kampeki came in. Haste decided to step down from his position, and they look surprisingly good. I watched that first match. I think was it against the guard?
Unfortunately, yes, it was.
Yeah, they won. Did they? No.
They did, yeah, 2-0.
Yeah, I was impressed, and it looked very good. Like, they Lotus and everything, and they looked, improved. But maybe it was a honeymoon, so I'm not rating that too high, and I'm in for a Moist win here.
Yeah,
the
why not?
guard versus FaZe. That's a
Yeah,
banger. I like that.
yeah, but FaZe they just look bad
Yeah, I agree.
recently. They started 2-0 and they finished 2-3. Like they just lost 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm and Guard also in good form as well. They beat M80 last week, so
Yeah, that is
I'm gonna
very
go with
true.
them.
I mean, there's no argument to be made that I think the guard is the favorite to win this match. And I still cannot get over the fact that Dicey is on the Sentinel. I'm not saying that
Yeah,
he's
he
the
just
worst
doesn't-
Sentinel, but he is so good on other roles. And this,
Yeah.
I don't know. It
Where
just doesn't
where is
feel right.
Bo?
Yeah, where's Bo?
He's just gone.
Okay.
It's alright. He will have just no say in these pickups.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you can come in for the upper finals or whatever. Or you can decide the lower brackets. G2 versus Oxygen.
Oxygen have looked all right, but I
G2
think
looks good. G2 looks
Yeah.
good, honestly. I like that. Like they
Oxy
look very
seems
good.
like a good player.
Were they 4-1? What was their? I don't know the split rankings.
Yeah,
right now.
4-1 because they beat Shopify. They only
Mm.
lost to Turtle Troop, who didn't qualify. So
Yeah, that's actually a bit random loss there. But
Mm.
yeah. Do we go? We keep going with the uppers, and then Bo is hopefully here for the lower bracket.
yeah, I think so.
Is that a plan? Okay. M80 versus Moist. I think similar, like versus the Disguise, like versus Disguised.
Yeah, M80 just. I think they're just a different level of team, really.
Bo is back.
He's back.
Wait, Bo, is that the Uniqlo Pokemon sweater?
Yes.
I got the same one.
My man.
I wore
my
it. I wore it on
man.
the last episode. I just gotta get. I wore it on the last episode. You can check that. What the coincidence? Okay, whatever.
I actually wanted the Snorlax one, but it wasn't available. It
yeah.
was sold out. Very sad. Anyways, back to Valorant, a child game. Absolutely disrespectful behavior going on from my gang. What is this?
Oh, the disappointment. I feel sorry. I didn't mean it that way. You got broadcast on Monday. I was even wrong. You know.
Stop.
Okay, but like we just
Mondays be like.
we went through the upper quarterfinals of the NA Pickems. You can agree or disagree, but you had no sayings in the quarterfinals. So you are now here. You can decide or like have a saying in the semifinals. M80 versus Moist.
I actually approve of this.
Really?
Okay, that's good.
Moist Moguls. Yeah.
They've been on an upward trajectory, but I don't think
Yeah.
they'll beat M80 though.
No.
Yeah.
Because I'm going with a take in a bit.
So we're gonna go with M80 over Moist.
Yeah.
And then
Alright.
I feel like I simply have to go with the Gourd over G2.
The gourd.
Because one, I love them. Trent is the GOAT. He's the LeBron James of Valorant. And also, they've been in good form. They beat M80. G2, I think, may have been a little bit overrated because of the group they were in. Maybe a little bit, but I think the Guard will take the dub.
Is that the first matchup they're gonna have? The Guard and G2?
Yeah.
I'm kind of.
This will be a good match.
Yeah, I'll actually. I'm going with G2 on this one.
Oh, come on. The Guard beat M80, man.
Yeah, that's true.
They 2-0'd them.
Yeah.
Well, I get it.
I'm kind of like
I could give G2 the win on this
seeing-
one, but on the lower
seeing
brackets,
Oxy just getting better and better every single match. It just kind of makes me. It makes me ponder a
But
little
then they just,
lot.
then they just lost the Turtle Troop out of nowhere.
yeah, that was
13-1.
so random. Yeah.
It's like,
I'm convinced it was all fixed. It's a match fixing. It was just to convince XQC to side Turtle Troop. I'm kidding. All right. I'm kidding. All right.
Oh my
Please.
god, clip
For
it.
legal reasons, this is a joke. For legal reasons, this is a joke. I'm not like artists. All right.
I mean, I respect the G2 pick, but
I mean, we could go with G2 here, but then I see the Guard going through all the way in the lower bracket.
I would like to not approve that. Then I'll actually rather put the Guard
in the upper
upper-
final.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's do it like this, and then we're gonna see. Because I just think the Guard looks like better right now, and I think on most days the guard would win it, but I see there's potential for G2 to win.
Oh, I know what Bo is going to say. He's going to say that G2 are going to win the split by going through the lower bracket. I know it already. I can see it.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And now he
That's not
drops
gonna
his mic
happen.
and he's going away again. This guy, M80 versus the. It goes at the this is the best game. M80 versus the guard. That's amazing. The rematch of the game we just had. The guard won the latest iteration of that matchup. Yeah, who's gonna win the next one in the upper final?
I see M80 winning this one and the guard winning the grand final in the rematch, I think.
Okay.
But I don't know. I feel like the team it'll be like with Optic, like they'll lose the first one, but then they'll come back, the more experienced team, and they'll take it.
Yeah.
I'd say the guard for the upper finals.
Oh, really?
Okay. Honestly, I got no opinion. I just go by which team I like more.
Who do you like more?
The guard.
Oh,
I want the guard to win this entire thing.
Yeah.
You mean Sentinels or Did you guys see the?
Is that a joke because the Sentinel signed the guard's Apex roster?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I didn't even see that one. Okay.
That joke just went far away.
That was far.
I got it, and then I was like, wait.
It went on the fucking an Ash Ketchum journey, searching far and wide.
The thing is with the guard, if they win Ascension, then any team with money can just be like, hello, one slot in franchising, please.
And
then
it's
just get
G2 all over again. G2 drops their roster, they buy the guard, and G2 is franchising.
I mean,
Oh, that's
You heard it here first.
that actually sounds like something G2 would do.
Yeah.
And honestly, I respect it.
I mean,
That
command,
would be
you gotta put it this way.
Unfortunately,
the players get the support they need if they are signed.
Yeah,
to
true.
It's good
As long as it's not I don't know.
nice cup, by the way.
oh,
Did I see that correctly?
Mario.
That's where you.
As long as they don't get signed to Shopify or Rebellion
or Cloud9, that would be awful as well.
I mean, Shopify is not letting go of the roster, that's for sure.
Well, good because
they signed Sean Garris.
That's
As
true.
a content creator.
Yeah, I mean.
But yeah, okay. So guard in the grand final.
That caught me off guard.
We're going with the guard in the grand final. I
actually low key can see a big venture capital group just buying the entire the guard brand.
Like Bangovich said though, if they buy them, then fine. The players get the support they need if they get into franchising.
Yeah.
Fine by me.
Yeah.
You got Trent in franchising, you got Jonah P, Val in net, Tex as well. I love it. So I'm all for it. We should probably do lower bracket.
Sentinel signed the entire guard roster when they qualify for Ascension.
Can you imagine they trop their entire team?
just they walk over to the guard a trade offer, sir.
It'll be like Polaris. They'll have free agent teams in the franchise.
EG should drop their roster and get those guys.
True.
I mean, the guard hasn't even won yet, so let's maybe focus on the lower bracket. Disguise versus TSM. That's a difficult one, honestly.
I feel like it's a bit of a disrespect to TSM to put them out into.
Yeah, TSM is going to do a lower bracket run. That is my thoughts.
They play G2 next. I thought G2 were going to do a lower bracket run.
And also, Disguise has roster
changes,
right?
No, not G2. I'll be honest. TSM just seemed like the team that will do a lower bracket run.
I don't know about that. I think G2 are more likely to, but anyway, let's do FaZe Oxygen.
I'll
be honest, I want FaZe to go out in 2. Because I don't think they played well enough.
Bonkar diff, Polaris diff. Let's go. We woo.
I don't think FaZe played. They weren't in good form going into the Invitational. They shouldn't really have qualified, to be honest, if Turtle Troop didn't choke. So yeah,
Turtle choke.
I kind of feel FaZe kind of betted on felt less pressure that they had the wins in the belt.
What's Pokemon's name? Choodle. Yeah, Choodle choke. There we go.
Who?
Choodle.
Is that some Gen 8 Pokemon? I don't know.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, it is.
I'm too boomer for those references, man.
Choodle choke.
Oxygen did look better every time they played. Like honestly,
Yeah.
bonker buff. Like since he joined, I feel like there's an upwards trend, and this will hopefully keep going. And yeah, if they perform like they did and keep improving, they will beat FaZe Clan because they are on. They didn't look good. They didn't look promising in the latest matches. Even though I'm on you, I'm with you here, Command. Like I want FaZe Clan to win, but I don't see it right now.
Oh no, I want FaZe Clan to lose.
Oh, you want FaZe Clan to? About the player? Oh,
Yeah.
you said 2-0 out, right? Yeah. I see where you're going with this, yeah. But I kind of like I don't know, Dicey and Baby Bay. I like them.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it'd be nice to see Oxygen. I think I rate Scuba really highly, so
Yeah.
and I love Randy Savage's tag.
Yeah.
So
okay, Moist Moguls, they definitely beat Oxygen.
Definitely.
I wouldn't say definitely,
Yeah, I
but
wouldn't say definitely.
but I would. I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
I like it.
And then TSM beat G2, and then and then TSM beat M80, and then TSM
Now
beat
for this storyline,
nice.
G2 has to go through the lower finals. It must be beaten by the guard, and then they acquire the guard to win anyways. No, but I think G2 is gonna win against TSM.
Yeah, I agree. There's a reason they're called Team Solo Mid. So yeah, I think they'll go out there.
G2 versus Moist.
I do not approve of this.
I would love to see Moist win, but I don't think they will.
Any Moisties in chat?
I don't know.
Anyone feeling moist?
Boy, why do you think so? Like not that highly on G2? Because they played good.
I'll be honest. Konpeki looks fucking insane. Have you guys watched the match?
Yeah.
Have you guys watched those matches? Like, holy shit, Konpeki's farming.
I agree, but also they almost lost to DSG.
But that's DSG.
Yep.
Like,
What?
DSG is basically the team that, like, that's the upset team. I'll be honest.
I feel like
with Riku, like they can upset anyone, even TSM. So if they get over disguised, I can definitely see them like beating G2.
Unfortunately, the council has decided your fate, and G2 are going through. So who wins, G2 or Moist Moguls?
Who is the council? Tell me, who is the council? My parents just told me to shut up, so I'll be a little bit quiet now.
We almost through with it. We almost got there. G2 versus Moist Moguls. Who you got?
You know what? I'll go Moist for the culture. And also, I'm not a big fan of GT.
If you guys don't pick TSM, yeah, I'll go with Moist. But I'm disappointed.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think it's unlikely that Moist would win that, but I hope they do.
Seven will hear about this, and he will take revenge.
Okay, the question is: are M80 gonna choke the lower final?
Yes.
What?
I think it would be quite something to see Moist go all the way to Grands.
It would.
Yeah, that would be cool.
It would be content.
Let's think. No, I think M80 would win it.
No, content. Think about the content.
Unfortunately, Bo, the council has decided your fate, so M80 will be going through.
Bro, you gotta remember, Challengers NA is a content tournament.
That is true.
True.
Who's gonna pay the biggest back?
Exactly. I'm going with Moist Moguls. Like
I'm going with M80.
Like that is how they beat Japan's viewership. Think about it, right?
True, actually.
Yeah.
In fact, I actually think they could beat Japan's viewership on like the first day. They got up to like 145k on like last week, and this is the playoffs. Oh, we'll see. Anyway,
I'll say grand finals.
I'm going M80 to win that lower final.
Yeah, I don't know. Like for me, M80 and the guard, they looked clearly ahead of the competition in a way. Yeah. I don't know. So I don't see any reason why they wouldn't continue to look like that in the playoffs. Especially it's double A limb.
Yeah. And for the grand final?
We made the guard go through in the upper final. That's so difficult.
Obviously, my fan vote is with the guard.
Wait, why are you guys putting M80?
Because we both voted M80 and you didn't.
Yeah.
So it's 2-1 and we win. But the council has decided your fate. No, you can't just say that.
But if we put
Content,
Moist
guys.
up, they gotta win the finals as well.
Guys, this is the North American culture.
Player
Content, come on.
content, player ability, team synergy, team strategy, how good they are. M80 win on all of those. So at least at this current time. Yeah.
I just have no say about this. This entire episode has been against me, even when I have such a hard time right now.
Oh my god.
I'd like to believe that the guard would just go 4-0 and just win the playoffs. I don't think it will happen like that, but
They won't win the playoffs. Fuck no.
stop saying Moist are gonna win. Or
We put
TSM.
Moist in the lower
Listen.
finals, which is already kind of a stretch, if I'm honest.
Listen,
Yeah,
I am going
agreed.
to clip a lot of this if it actually happens. Let's
Okay,
just put it that way.
I'm picking the guard to win the grand final because I like the guard and I hope they do. What are you guys picking?
I give Bo the word of who's gonna win the guard or M80, so he feels included again.
I just had a weird person follow me. Anyways, okay.
All right. M80.
Oh, come
I
on.
can't see the guard winning. I'm sorry.
What do you mean you
see?
can't? They've already
What
beaten
you
them. We've
did-
predicted them to beat them in the upper
curse,
five.
curse. All right.
Okay.
Look, Bangovich, you still have your vote. You still have your vote reserved.
Yeah, I'm going with Bo just for so
My
he's included
man.
But my heart is with the guard. I'm gonna cheer
Yeah,
for
I'm
the
happy
guard.
now. I'm happy now. Anyways, we should put TSM.
Anyways, no.
No, Moist over the TSM.
Look, I'm gonna submit the exact same
Slurp.
pick'em except with the guard winning grand final. So I'm gonna submit that.
All right.
There we go.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
I do not approve.
I don't think it will pan out like we've predicted, but if it does, then we're just the goats, aren't we?
Aren't we? Yeah. We predicted a lot of
Alright.
things today. We had predicted
have,
the
yeah.
top 10 teams for each league. Grasped over all the Pickems for the NA, all the leagues. Man, we covered a lot of things today. But how can you not be happy?
It's been a good episode.
I just. I'm all right. I'm all right.
Oh, every
I guarantee
Monday,
next
But
week we'll ask him how he is, and he'll just
what
be like,
how
so
my
sad.
mood would be 10 times better
Tell me.
if you
Don't
guys
say it, it's
like
TSM.
no if you guys go on Twitter and follow the legendary team called Who Subaru Sambar Mini Truck.
Okay.
All right, guys, you have heard it here.
Yeah,
Go
please follow
them.
Who Cars. All right, I need a bunch of followers so I can like gaslight other organizations to sign us.
Oh my god.
This is the way.
All right.
Oh yeah, Who Cars announcement, roster announcement soon.
Oh,
Great.
okay.
I heard
Nice.
good things about that roster.
Mm.
Split 2 gonna be good.
Yeah. it's
Hopefully.
looking good.
Yeah.
All right.
But now that I have said this, there's probably gonna be something going
God
awfully
knows.
wrong.
Depressed
Knowing my
Bo.
luck. Knowing my luck.
Jinx. But yeah,
But yeah.
that's been it for today.
I think that's everything. Yeah. So if you have enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe. Hopefully
I did
this
not
episode's
enjoy. I must
come
dislike.
out on. Hopefully this episode's come out on Spotify. If it,
It will,
hasn't, that's on
100%.
us. It will,
It's on me.
100%. Okay,
Will it?
there we go.
Mhm.
100%. This episode will be out on Spotify.
I
So if
jinxed
you've
it.
been listening on audio, thank
jinxed
you very
it.
much. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye bye.